The history of the cotton industry can be traced as far back as 450 BC. This vital industry played an important role in the economic development of India, the Caribbean, and the United States, among others. Today, cotton still remains an important industry for many countries. In Barbados, whenever we think of agricultural production for export, our cotton industry must come to mind. The revitalization of this industry is extremely important to us now, as it can become a major foreign exchange earner for the island.
Sea Island cotton was first introduced off the coast of North Carolina and Georgia in the 18th century. And it was first grown at Sterling Plantation in St. Philip. And the industry grew and grew until 1906, 1907, we were able to market in excess of 1 million pounds of Sea Island cotton. The first set of cotton introduced into Barbados were the Montserrat Sea Island cotton, the Vincentian Sea Island cotton, and one called the V135. You had a resurgence of cotton growing in the early 1980s. And in 1984, we had in excess of 1,000 acres of cotton grown. And persons were producing per acre in excess of 2,000 pounds of seed cotton. In fact, the national average yield for that 1984 period was in excess of 1,000 pounds of seed cotton per acre. Again, in 1992, we had a situation where we were over 1,000 acres. Right now, we are down to 285. This is just about there, and we are hoping to go up to 450 in the next cotton season. And by the next cotton season, which will be 2016, 2017, we are hoping then to go to 1,000 acres of cotton.
With the current economic crisis affecting Barbados and the rest of the world, placing more emphasis on the cotton industry is timely.
In terms of foreign exchange, it is now the only crop that is second to sugarcane that can earn foreign exchange for Barbados. What we are trying to establish in Barbados is a vertically integrated industry in which we will not only benefit from the sale of the raw product, and I must admit that the cotton is of such importance to the world that we are currently getting a price 5 times as high as the next best long staple, extra long staple cotton. So if we can increase our acreage and at the same time improve on our yields per acre, what we are aiming for is to have in excess of 1,200 pounds of seed cotton per acre.
The Ministry of Agriculture provides a number of incentives and services to cotton farmers on the island. Officers from the ministry even visit each farm on a weekly basis.
We in the ministry use the fiber analysis laboratory to test the various parameters of cotton. So we are able to tell the length, the strength, the fineness of cotton before it is given to anybody. Right? In addition, we ask farmers to bring their seeds to us because in the planting of these seeds, they use sometimes pneumatic, what I call pneumatic planters, and the seeds are stuck sometimes because they have too much lint on the seeds. We, in the Ministry of Agriculture, provides a service of delinting the seeds for farmers. In some cases, we do the planting as well. And for some persons that want cultivation, we also go ahead and do that. But from the research end in the ministry, we're looking at improving the cotton breed. Right? Over the years, we have seen where it has lost some of its good quality. So we are on a program now of 1, genetic improvement, 2, crop improvement, and then developing a set of geographical indicators. This is to actually create the Barbados brand of cotton. you would notice that we have an incentive scheme, and it is very extensive for cotton. It is there for persons who want to bring land back into cotton. It is there for persons who want to buy equipment for cotton. It is there for a person who wants funding for cotton. But as a unit in the ministry, what we do, we also provide a service to each farm. In the control of the pink bollworm, which is one of the major pests of cotton in Barbados.
Manager and owner of Welchtown Plantation in St. Peter, Ricardo Brathwaite, has been a cotton farmer for a year, despite his initial reluctance to enter the industry.
Years ago, my father used to grow some cotton, and that was before he had the new cotton ginnery. And I was quite sure he would not get into cotton ever again. But then a visit from Mr. King from the ministry, and the King really was persistent and encouraged me to really get involved into cotton.
He takes us through the process of cotton planting and harvesting.
The planting is done by tractor, mechanical, and for this field that we have here, it took us like 2 days to plant. And then right after we plant, we put on a pre-emergent spray, which has to be done within 24 hours, pretty much 24 hours to 48 hours after the planting. And then after that, it's just a matter of monitoring the fields, make sure you don't have any pests, watch for weeds coming up. One of the major problems I've realized with cotton was to control the coverage and to make sure you don't have that in the field. When the field get then to the stage where you get your bolls starting to burst open and start to flower, then you're getting ready to hopefully get some dry time that the cotton will really burst out. And after that, it's just a matter of looking for people to come and pick the cotton. That part I was a little worried about, because I figured that many people wouldn't come to pick cotton. But surprisingly, again, the Cotton Growers Association, I think it is, they put out an ad, and they asked for numbers for people to call, and people called from all over the island, called me to want to know where I am to pick cotton. Cotton is weighed, and then it is emptied from the bags that they weighed in, and is stored in one of the barns, and it has to be stored in a dry area. Now, when we accumulate enough that we figure when it's really in picking time, we would take maybe sometimes two trips or 3 trips to the ginnery per week. Each trip can be 2,000 pounds or anything like that.
When most people think of cotton, images of cotton fields, cotton farmers, and harvesters may come to mind, or they may just think about the finished product. Have you ever wondered how the cotton goes from growing in fields to becoming fabric? In Barbados, Exclusive Cottons of the Caribbean Inc. receive all cotton that is harvested by farmers.
What we do is called ginning, which is separating the cotton fiber from the seeds. So during the season, we receive seed cotton from the different farms. We wait first, then we do an incoming inspection, which includes a visual inspection and a moisture test. If those tests are fine, we receive it into the ginnery, and then the seed cotton is ginned, as I said, which is separating the seed from the fiber. The fiber is then baled, and that's weighed and then stored for shipping. We bag the seeds, and those are sold to sheep and dairy farmers as a feed supplement, and some of them we will retain for replanting. The bales are shipped to Italy and or Switzerland. They will do the spinning into yarn and the weaving into fabric. They will consume most of the fabric, but we will bring some of it back. So we sell fabric, and we produce some finished products as well. We produce some cottonseed oil as well. So we may save some of the seeds for crushing to produce oil, and that oil is sold to into making a massage oil or body lotion.
It takes approximately 2 hours to produce 1 bale of cotton, and at Exclusive Cottons of the Caribbean Inc., they can produce up to 3 bales per day.
When a harvester goes into the cotton field and they take the seed cotton off the plant, they're taking lint and they're taking seed. A lot of people are amazed to know that if you pick a pound of seed cotton, actually 2/3 of that is seed. So the seed makes up the bulk of the weight. The seeds we sell whole to dairy farmers, and we do crush some seed and extract oil. The meal we will sell to sheep farmers. The oil we are selling to a local skincare processor who's making massage oils, and you'll see we did have examples of body lotion, all of it sold out. The lint, only 1/3 approximately of the weight that the harvester brings in. That's baled normally in 500 pound units, and that's sold primarily to European spinners. We're selling that lint for in excess of 10 US a pound. If you make a comparison to other extra long staple cottons, they're maybe selling at 3, maybe up to 7 US a pound. So we are charging a premium, and that's largely driven by our cost of production here in Barbados. In the past, it's been sold en masse, and then we go to the open market, to the weavers, and we look at their offering in terms of fabric and yarn, and we make a selection like any other textile processor. And so we're buying on the open market the fabric back, some samples, not large quantities, and we are making that available to local designers, and we are selling to individuals who come and visit us at the showroom. We also plan to expand, ask the farmers to expand the acreage. That way we can satisfy the demand from our customers, and also dedicate several bales for our own use. So the concept is that we would be sending those bales to a spinner who would convert to yarn, and then onto a weaver who convert to fabric. Then we will bring that back, or have it sent elsewhere for then conversion into finished product.
Like all industries, cotton is faced with some challenges. Nonetheless, there's a market for cotton production.
Well, the major challenge we have right now is, one is breeding. And when I say breeding, we need to have on board, and that is in the cotton project, someone with the capability of taking traits out of different cotton plants, desirable traits, and introducing them into the cotton that we are growing here, so that we can improve on the lint quality.
There's a need for it. I can't get enough cotton to send to January. There's a future. It is lucrative, and I wouldn't say to any person not to get involved in cotton. I would say it's a pretty manageable crop. We got to remember one thing in this crop: there's no real predatory larceny. Neither is there a lot. I'm in the heart of the monkey territory, and the monkeys don't take the cotton off the crop, but they will play in the field and damage some of the trees. But that part of it, that's a big incentive for me.
On the commercial side, we just encourage more Barbadians to go out there and help us to harvest the cotton, and as well more of the local farming community to get interested, because we need to expand the acreage. This year we had 280 acres. We need 450 acres being planted in August 2014. We'd like to get to 1,000 acres within a short space of time. The demand is there.
As officials in the Barbados cotton industry prepares to increase its acreage, it is hoped that more farmers will decide to turn their attention to this commodity. Farmers, agricultural companies, and entities interested in growing cotton are asked to contact Adelaide Stevenson of Exclusive Cottons of the Caribbean Inc. at 433-3108 by Monday, June 30th. I am Aisha Reed. Thanks for watching.
We welcome your feedback on our programs. You may email your comments to bgisfeedback@barbados.gov.bb. You may also view our website at www.gisbarbados.gov.bb or subscribe to our YouTube channel, the BGIS.